What's up, YouTube? So happy Battleground Day. So we have got, really, funny enough, one of the biggest triple threat matches I think in a long time. And in my opinion, the main event of Battleground, the Shield triple threat, is possibly one of the biggest and most, I guess, looking forward to, I think, matches of all time, perhaps, because I was a huge fan of the Shield back when they first started, when they came to WWE, and pretty much dominated. It was fun to watch, it was exciting, it was fresh. And then they split them up, and then Roman Reigns got pushed to the moon. But that's besides the point. But I am heavily excited for this. However, it is a pretty stacked card, and a lot of it will hinge on the whole draft that has happened. So let's jump in and let's have a look at the matches and break them down. So our first match here is Sasha Banks and TBD versus Charlotte and Dana Brooke. So we've got a mystery partner. Everyone seems to be saying that, well, it could be Nia Jax, it could be Nikki Bella, which I can't really see happening, so I hope it isn't, because I don't rate Nikki Bella one bit. Now, I would rather have just seen Sasha Banks versus Charlotte for the title, but it looks like we'll probably, hopefully, get that for the SummerSlam show in August. But who do I think will be their mystery partner? Well, I'm going to go out and say Bayley, just because it makes the absolute damnedest most sense. I think this should happen 100%. I don't like the fact that Nia Jax has been called up before Bayley, and the whole logic behind it is too stupid to make me think that they're doing it just because they want Nia Jax before Bayley. But Bayley has been plagued by injuries. So if Bayley does come up, I think that the faces will win massively, because that's what they deserve. So next up, we have got the New Day versus the Wyatt family. Now, unfortunately, they did have their Raw segment the week of the final deletion. Unlucky timing. I liked the whole segment personally. If the final deletion never existed, then it would have been an absolute fresh slam dunk for WWE doing this. But we can see that Xavier Woods is kind of scared of the Wyatts, and he said that, got on record and said, well, yeah, he is scared. So yeah, that's that. But the whole Wyatt family are split up at the moment on different shows, which makes me think that possibly New Day will take the win, but I think that as a final thing, the Wyatts will take it. So personally, I do think that the Wyatts will win, and they deserve the win a hell of a lot more. They need the win badly, especially Bray Wyatt himself. So next up, we have got Rusev versus Zack Ryder for the United States Championship. Okay, so Rusev has been a monster since splitting up from the League of Nations. He's back to pretty much where he was as the US champion. He should be in a main event at some point. I don't know why he isn't, but I'm hoping Zack Daddy does win. So I would probably say that Zack Ryder will take it. They've been on a kind of return to glory for Zack Ryder after his WrestleMania win. Seems to be coming out looking convincing, he's not just jobbing. But I'm excited for this match personally, because I am a big fan of both of the guys. So for this one, I'm going to say, you know what, Zack Ryder's going to take it. But I'm excited to see the fallout of it regardless. So next up, we have got The Miz, and he has been pure, solid motherfucking gold since he came back with Maurice, and it's just been hilarious watching him each week. Now, if he was facing someone like Dolph Ziggler, I would say he'd win. However, he has got to face Darren Young, who is with Bob Backlund, and this is absolutely fantastic. It's a thing that shouldn't work. It shouldn't, with Darren Young, it shouldn't work having Bob Backlund in his corner. Of all people, make Darren Young great again. It is hilarious. I think it is so funny. And I think that Darren Young will take it because he's looked good on the shows each week. So, leading up to this, I think definitely Darren Young will take it. And The Miz will probably do something else on moving to, or do rematches with him, maybe. But I'm hoping they don't go for the rematches and just Miz moves on to something different, has a different angle, and etc. So next up, we have got John Cena, Enzo Amore, and Big Cass against The Club. Okay, so this is really, really weird. So we've got John Cena, Enzo Amore, and Big Cass against The Club, who are now split up. So the Good Brothers are on a different show to AJ Styles. Okay, so now the Club, pretty much Carl Anderson and the Gallows are with Finn Balor as well. So what will happen? I would possibly think that John Cena and Enzo Amore and Big Cass will take the win, but Finn Balor will come out and maybe join up with his team again and say that, well, he was the originator of the Bullet Club, which would be awesome, awesome, awesome to see. So that's what I'm predicting. I'm hoping they do something similar with it. It'd be awesome to see Finn Balor come out and be a complete badass. So next up, we've got the match that no one gives a shit about. It is Becky Lynch against Natalya. I mean, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. I mean, you've got these two reaching for a match that doesn't really mean anything, it doesn't matter, but we've got two women's matches on a pay-per-view, so it does mean something in that regard. So, who will win? It would be my opinion that I think that Becky Lynch would take it. I would like Natalya to win it, but only if Natalya moves on and gets a brand new gimmick other than she was the last person and the first woman to be trained at the Heart Dungeon, which isn't really a gimmick when you think about it. So I'm going to say Becky Lynch will take it and she'll move forward and do well on SmackDown. So next up, we've got the match that is destined to go on forever. We've got Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. This match will be stunning, I think. These guys hate each other in the storyline, but they've known each other for so many years. They know how to work with each other expertly. So I think that Kevin Owens won't take the win here. I think Sami Zayn does need a win here to cement his kind of status as the next Daniel Bryan. And it's going to work. He's going to be absolutely stellar in that role. He's amazing. And so is Kevin Owens. I think that both these guys should be moving towards the main event. Maybe Sami Zayn less because he's been on the main roster a shorter time. But definitely Kevin Owens needs to go up, I think. Go up to another tier. I think that he can definitely grab that brass ring. But he needs to be having the fire in him, especially in the ring, like he was when he was facing John Cena. But either way, this is going to be the match of the year. So next up, we have got Dean Ambrose versus Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins, the former Shield brothers. These guys dominated. They destroyed everyone in the ring and then defended Daniel Bryan, and that was really it until Seth Rollins betrayed his brothers in arms, his fellow Hounds of Justice. This match could not be any more hyped. Well, it could be if it was at WrestleMania or SummerSlam. We were all predicting it to be at SummerSlam, but it's a month early. Why? I don't know. But the elephant in the room is that Dean Ambrose is on SmackDown. Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns are over on actual Raw. So, the logical sense was that Dean Ambrose will lose the title due to shenanigans. Seth Rollins will have it on Raw and feud with Roman Reigns for it, and Dean Ambrose will maybe be given another title. However, what will happen? This was before. This is what we all thought before. We thought that Roman Reigns would walk it. However, he's kind of fucked his push. He's never in a million years going to get over at all as a face. No way. No way would it happen. And to be honest, to take it away from Dean Ambrose this early would be gutting. However, I do think that he will lose the title here to the two Raw guys. The title kind of, in a sense, has to be on Raw unless they split up the title again after only unifying it for a few years. But I think that Dean Ambrose is going to lose to Seth Rollins. Maybe via a dirty pin. But that's what I think. And, well, that's it for my opinion. I will have a post-show later in the evening tomorrow after I've had a chance to watch it, eat it, and digest it. But that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed that video. Please do drop a like and a subscribe. Check out my second channel in the description for all your Arrowverse, Flash, comic, and TV videos and breakdowns. So I'll see you soon, and goodbye.